Welcome to SUSD Spotlight, your go-to source for all things happening within the district. Whether it's celebrating student and staff achievements, delving into trending education topics, or highlighting inspiring human interest stories, we've got you covered. Join us as we illuminate the incredible endeavors taking place in our schools and forge connections within our community. Get ready to be informed, inspired, and engaged as we embark on this journey together, spotlighting the extraordinary in SUSD. So welcome to another edition of SUSD Spotlight. Today we're excited to feature Coronado High School and talk about the emerging early college opportunities at Coronado. We're welcoming in the studio today Chris Lopez-Jolly, who is a senior at Coronado, and Melinda Splittick, who is the interim principal at Coronado High School. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Hi, happy to be here.
So let's start with you, Chris. As a senior at Coronado High School, how long have you been in the district?
So I attended the Glendale High School District for about 2 years. I was at Sunny Slope High School, and then I transferred over to Coronado for my junior year and senior year. So I've been here for about 2 years now.
Okay, so tell us what your experience has been like moving from Glendale to Scottsdale.
Honestly, it has been a really great experience. Coming from a school with about, I think, 2,000 kids at Sunny Slope, going to Coronado was a definite change of pace because, we have, I think, about 700 kids total. So it was definitely a change of pace, and I had to step out of my comfort zone a little bit and, kind of make some new relationships, new friendships, create new bonds with people, and, really kind of step out of my shell. It's just been a great experience.
I'm very glad to hear that. Ms. Splittick, how long have you been at Coronado?
I have been at Coronado 6 years. It's been a very happy 6 years, full of change and good times and lots of learning experiences, for sure.
And speaking of change, we've got a really exciting program that's coming to fruition this year. We've been talking about it for some time, but now we've got students enrolled in these classes. Can you describe for us a little bit about what these early college opportunities look like for students?
So this year we were fortunate to continue our partnership with Scottsdale Community College, and we launched our concurrent enrollment program. The first class that we offered has been social media and marketing, which is of high student interest. It's something that all students can benefit from, no matter what their post-secondary goals are or their career path is going to take them. And this has really led us to being able to open up more doors, more classes, and we hope to add even more classes that will allow students to earn certificates and even more college credits.
So when you say concurrent enrollment, I'm not sure that all of our listeners would know what that means. What is concurrent enrollment?
Sure. So concurrent enrollment means that students are taking college classes taught by a college professor, but they are taking them at their high school campus. So it's that relationship and partnership between the community college and the high school. So they don't have class every single day with a professor, but they do have class with a Coronado instructor on the days when the professor is not there. And that instructor from Coronado is able to continue augmenting the learnings that happen during the week with the professor. So it's just the continuation of learning that happens.
Earning high school and college credit then?
Yes, our students earn both high school and college credits while they are participating in these classes.
And Chris, you're enrolled in this class?
Yes, actually, I'm currently enrolled in 3 classes, the social media one being one of them, and I'm also in college mathematics and college English.
And how is that going? Tell us about your experience in this new business social media class.
It's a sense of relief. It really allows you to get an advantage. I think social media is something that's very big today. I mean, you see it everywhere. It's a way to really kind of get that advantage, get that big next step that you need for anything, whether it be starting a business, whether it be applying for a job, whether it be applying for college. Like, just having a big online presence is really important today. This class taught by Professor Eric Sells and also Mr. Schenkelman, which is a teacher at Coronado. They are great people. They have just really guided me throughout this whole process. It's been a great experience.
How do you anticipate using what you're learning in your next step? So you're a senior and moving on from here. What are you thinking? How will this play into your future?
Yeah, so actually I currently run a small like reselling flea market business on the side. So, and I also do photography on the side, and just being able to have those different tactics, being able to really use social media to my advantage has been a big help in just really gaining exposure for myself and also my brands. So, as I continue to go on to ASU in the fall, it'll just be good for me, just for both myself and my brands.
It's a nice springboard into that. So you're an entrepreneur at heart.
Yes, it's actually just been very recent. I started my first business, which was the flea market, reselling. I started that about a year ago. But, as a kid, I always wanted to, kind of, run my own thing, be the director of my own thing. And it just, I think once I got to Coronado, it really kind of allowed me to kind of step out of my little shell and, really, really achieve what I wanted to achieve.
Do you think it makes a difference to have those college classes taught on the campus of Coronado versus having to go somewhere for that experience?
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference. Being on the campus, it's still in that home-like environment, because I treat Coronado like a second home. And, being able to be on campus while still being taught new information, it works hand in hand. It's great.
That's fantastic. What can you tell us, Melinda, about other opportunities for students to earn college credit while they're at Coronado?
Excellent question. So for next year, we are expanding to focus on entrepreneurship. So students will be able to take the Intro to Entrepreneurship in addition to the social media class. The Intro to Entrepreneurship class leads to a level 1 certification. We also have other college course offerings, including College 101, 102, Bio 160, which is human anatomy and physiology, which is really great to get out of the way, as well as a plethora of math offerings for next year. And then next year, we will also be adding a sports med class that kids can get college credit for. So it's CTE credit at Coronado and college credit at SCC, which is amazing opportunity for students.
What is the end goal here for students to achieve during their 4 years at Coronado in addition to that diploma?
So in addition to their high school diploma, we would really like all of our students to leave with something extra. Specifically, long-term, we'd like to see our students be able to achieve the AJAC, which is actually an associate's degree. So you would be graduating from high school with a high school diploma as well as an associate's degree. We really want students to be prepared for wherever their post-secondary options take them, whether that's community college or the business field or right to university. We want them to be prepared, be ready to tackle those harder challenges.
In addition to these new class offerings, mentorships, partnerships, are there other opportunities for students to connect with those real-world experiences?
Absolutely. So as we continue to grow this concurrent enrollment program, we want to make sure that we are tapping into our own Scottsdale community and making sure that we are exposing our students to networking opportunities, to angel investor opportunities, and really mentorship, because we have very excited students like Chris who have all of this moxie and excitement. And then we have phenomenal business leaders in our Scottsdale community that can provide encouragement, support, wisdom from the wealth of experience that they have already doing some of these things.
Chris, have you seen fellow students take off in the same way you have? Or do they have similar interests, building their own business?
Yeah, I mean, the whole class, that the social media class, it consists of just people who really want to share their ideas, really just get creative. A few of my friends, they want to start t-shirt businesses or rental businesses or and even a whole coffee shop. Stay tuned for the future. That might come soon.
Love coffee here.
You already know. But everybody there, they all share a same goal of just being able to express themselves creatively and just really being able to get their ideas out there. This is great.
So you mentioned that Coronado is like a second family. In this environment, students and families have choices about where to go to high school. Why should someone choose to go to Coronado?
Coronado is just filled with so many opportunities, from sports to Gear Up, the Gear Up program, to the concurrent enrollment classes, and just to the environment. It's amazing. Being a kid walking in on my first day and only knowing just a few amount of people, I was brought into a family. Like it felt like home. I think being at Coronado has just really allowed me to be myself, you know.
That's a testament to the teachers and the coaches, I imagine, that help you feel at home.
Yeah, the teachers are great. Whether it's Mr. Schenkelman, like I said earlier, or my own basketball coach, Coach Rivera. I played varsity basketball with him for 2 years. They have just been great mentors. They've really made me feel like I was part of a big family.
So you mentioned that you're going to Arizona State University. What do you plan to major in?
I will plan on majoring in fashion design.
Okay, that's exciting.
So branding is going to be important.
100%. This past year, I've been, constantly going to fashion shows, networking, constantly collaborating with other people just to kind of get my name out there. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to the fashion industry, it's all about networking and really who do you know at the end of the day. So I think just with the marketing class and just with my mentors that I've had at Coronado, it's just really given me that head start at just, making my way into that industry.
That's a powerful testimonial. Melinda, can you talk a little bit about the Coronado Promise and the opportunities that students have in terms of eliminating barriers to access to college?
Right. So the Coronado Promise is one of the things that we're most proud of at Coronado High School. It is our commitment that is sponsored and funded by the Coronado Foundation for the Future, the Scottsdale Charros, and of course the generosity of Rob and Jennifer Flick. And this scholarship program allows our students to go on to community college and have their tuition covered up to $5,000, and it really allows our students to chase their dreams and dream really big without having to worry about the financial costs of tuition. Sometimes students are able to pair this with additional scholarships, so they are able to work less, which I think is really important in terms of making sure that kids stay the course and are able to continue pursuing that higher education afterwards. It's an extension of what we do at Coronado, and with the partnership that we have with SEC specifically, we're able to kind of scoop these kids up and make sure that they have a really positive first couple of years at community college and then go on to university and find even more success.
And when Chris speaks about Coronado being a family, you really see that with the Promise and the way the community rallies around the students being successful, because the dollars are one thing to make the education possible, but to get through it and to succeed takes a whole family, a community.
It really does. And part of the Coronado Promise is that you are paired with a mentor, and that person is someone who is your person to reach out to when you have questions about, you're struggling in a class or you want to change your major. So many of us have changed our majors.
Right.
And how does that process go? Or I'm struggling, and do I drop? Do I stay? How do I get additional support? And that mentorship, they have been coming onto campus already with our class of 2024 Promise recipients already, and working with them, getting them set up to be successful. So in my opinion, Coronado is the heart of South Scottsdale, and our community, our promise, really speaks to us being at the center of the community in South Scottsdale.
At the end of every podcast, I like to ask our guest to share a favorite memory or story about a teacher that had an impact in your life, or something that you'll take with you as a signature moment from your experience. It's an opportunity to celebrate and elevate the people who work in the profession. I'd like both of you to be able to answer that question. If you have a person or an experience that you would like to share.
I'll go first. So my basketball coach that I mentioned earlier, Coach Rivera, he has always been like a father figure. He's always been a really big mentor in my life. I think a favorite memory was this past basketball season. I had to take a step away because I had a reconstructive ankle surgery, and I wasn't able to play the first half of the season. And he was still able to coach me up. We got in the gym, we got in rehab, did what I needed to do. And I ended up playing on senior night. It was a great experience.
We ended
up winning, and I ended up hitting a buzzer beater half-court shot.
Wow.
And it was something that's always stuck with me forever, because he was always by my side. he always checks in with me. Even after the season, we've just became really close.
That's a great story. I'm so glad that you shared that, and I know that it'll mean something to him as well. And I've always, as a kid, you dream about being able to hit a buzzer beater at the end.
I was going to say, a buzzer beater.
I never had that
Very
experience, but I'm glad you did.
Yeah,
It's a great game.
yeah. Ever since I was 10 years old and first picked up a basketball, I'm like, I'm gonna do it one day. And what better way to do it than on your last few
Absolutely.
games of your playing career?
That's very cool. Melinda, what about you?
So I would say that since I've been at Coronado, it has been an exceptional honor for me to see the amount of scholarships that our students are bringing in each year and really committing to their future success. And every time we do our senior award ceremony at the end of the year, and I see just how proud our families are and how proud our students are of all that they've accomplished and how much they appreciate the family-like atmosphere that we create at Coronado and how much our teachers go above and beyond for our students, I get chills just thinking about it. It's the biggest aha moment for me as an administrator and as being part of the Coronado community.
And what does it mean to the kids in the feeder pattern to be able to see these graduates? Because I know there's a parade coming up, right?
There is a parade coming up. We are doing, for the first time in a very long time, we are doing a graduation clap out, and we are taking all of our seniors to our entire feeder. So we're going to Pima Elementary, Hohokam Elementary, Yavapai Elementary, and Tonalea Middle School to be sent off on the best of luck and the best of wishes. And the whole community is a family. And so our older students at Coronado inspire that younger generation of learners. And we continue to create these opportunities for there to be a sense of community within those schools, because that's how we grow and that's how we stay in the community.
We are so grateful for your willingness to share your story with us. I've heard once a Don,
Always a Don.
always a Don. And we welcome our legacies of success, students who graduate, to come back, tell your story, because we want to celebrate with you as you reach new milestones in your life. Thank you so much for spending time talking to us about all of the great things that are happening at Coronado High School and the way it's becoming a true early college destination. That will conclude this podcast, and we encourage you to tune in whenever it's convenient for you to hear about the great things that are happening in Scottsdale Unified School District.
And you can always find us online at susd.org/spotlight. We hope that you will log on and pitch us some ideas for future podcast episodes.